Good morning. This is your National Social Sins Public Radio. This is Genevieve Schuh sitting in our 105.3 studio, ready to discuss the current social sins that are cruising their way through society.
And this is Aaron Nesbitt sitting right next to Miss Schuh. And I'm so eager to begin this conversation. Do you mind if we just dive right into the conversation?
Well, sure. And to all of our viewers out there tuning in today, we will be discussing the social sin of false and deceptive advertising.
And I am very excited to say that we will be beginning with our segment, Wait, Don't Tell Me, where we will discuss examples of the daily social sin. Genevieve and myself are both excited, as we think that some of our audience members out there will really be surprised at some of these beloved companies that have committed this social sin, right after this commercial break.
Welcome back to 105.3. You're listening to the segment Wait, Don't Tell Me on your local social sin station. Today we'll be discussing some prominent examples of the sin of false and deceptive advertising, a prime example of commerce without morality. We have picked this topic because it is something that affects our listenership.
I think a great example to start with is the company Lumosity. Now I know that Miss Shu here knows about this company, but for all our viewers at home who don't, Lumosity is an online program that's goal is to help users improve their core cognitive abilities through games and activities. The FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, charged the company for deceptive advertising after the company deceived consumers with unfounded claims that Lumosity games can help users perform better at work and in school and reduce or delay cognitive impairment associated with age and other serious health conditions. They even went as far to say that their program could help prevent dementia and Alzheimer's disease, but they do not have the science to back up these advertisements. The users of Lumosity were deceived because they were tricked into believing that the use of the program had a large array of positive effects, when in reality there was no proof that these benefits could occur.
Luminosity is an example that's already been settled, but our next one is still developing. The tech company Theranos claims to have developed a new blood testing device, with the moniker Edison, that would test for a multitude of diseases such as diabetes and herpes. This was hailed as a new frontier in the medical industry, and after an investment flurry in 2013, the company was valued at $9 billion. Walgreens signed a contract with Theranos that would lead to the building of its facilities inside Walgreens' store. Soon after, this front came crashing down, with multiple news sources reporting that Theranos was lying to its customers and that the blood testing wasn't providing accurate results. Soon it was discovered that few blood tests were actually being performed on the company's Edison devices, rather contracted with machines from other medical companies. In 2015, it was revealed that none of the company's devices, except one, had FDA approval. It is currently under investigation by the Federal Securities and Exchange Commission.
These deceptive ads are harmful because they can lead to a false hope among consumers. Now, for a much older example, all the way back to the H1N1 epidemic, was the deceptive advertisement from Kellogg and Rice Krispies cereal. During the epidemic, the slogan, "Now help support your child's immunity," began to appear on the product packaging. However, there is no scientific evidence to back this claim. This type of deception is completely unfair to the parents who just want to make the best choice for their children. This deceptive advertising tricked parents into believing that they were protecting their children.
Another prescient example would be Trump University, or Trump Entrepreneur Initiative. This was supposed to be a real estate investor training program. They offered in-person and online instruction and claimed a 98% approval rate. However, students later revealed that they were pressured into giving such high reviews. Soon after its inception, Trump University was sent a cease and desist letter, given that it was misleading customers. It offered no college credit, nor did it have the business license of a university. It currently faces 3 lawsuits, 2 of which are class action for breach of contract, fraud, and negligent misrepresentation. Welcome to our segment, All Things Considered, where we will decide why this sin is significant and why our listenership deserves to be educated on the issue. This practice is unfair to the public. Consumers should be able to expect the truth from companies that they are planning to spend their money on. Trust between a company and its consumers is broken when they try to manipulate the customer to continue to spend money on their products.
And another effect to point out is that false advertising can harm the employees of the company that releases false and deceptive advertising. As we've discussed, these advertising scandals break the trust between a customer and the company. The customer no longer feels like the company actually cares about them. So false advertising is especially significant in our society because if a company begins to experience financial troubles as a result of a false advertising scandal, the employees will also suffer. False advertising can lead to less customers spending money on a company, which may lead to the company needing to lay off some employees. So false advertising is not just unfair to the consumers, but also the employees that had nothing to do with the publication of a deceptive advertisement.
This type of advertising also preys upon those who might not be in the most financially stable position. Those who are down on their luck are more likely to give into the ideas that these miracle products sell. This leads to continued financial insecurity at best, and since the company conceals facts, it can also lead to damaging health effects. Examples that might not actually fall under the FTC definition of false advertising, such as Photoshop models, create a standard that can be harmful for susceptible young people. And this conversation will continue after the commercial break.
Now, time for our final segment called Snap Judgment, where we will briefly give our views on the effectiveness of what has been done to fight our social sin of the day, and also where we will say goodbye for today. In most cases of false and deceptive advertising, the companies that have published this controversial advertising are almost always punished. Advertising is meant to be seen by many people, and when new advertisements emerge, the FTC is quick to notice these advertisements as well. The FTC serves to verify that companies are participating in fair and competitive business practices. In the case of Lumosity, the company was charged $2 million and was forced to tell every one of their users about the lawsuit. The issue is not stopping the sin once it is in action, but there must be measures to prevent a false advertising claim before it can be seen by large amounts of people.
To rectify this issue, I think the FTC needs to pursue these cases with more rigorous ethic and have more preemptive laws. The government should also fully fund the FTC and remove some certain restrictions already placed upon them. Overall, false advertising is unfortunately a common and harmful issue. It can be seen throughout the U.S. in its different forms, and stronger actions with additional follow-up are needed to eliminate this issue. This is Genevieve Schuh and Aaron Nesbitt signing off.
We'll see you tomorrow here at 105.3, your Social Sins radio channel.